All right, week 8 predictions, man. It's gonna be a good college football Saturday in these matchups, man. Starting off, you have Penn State, Ohio State. Um, they're going in to Ohio State's uh, um, stadium and with a lot of hype behind this game right now. You got Franklin doing a great job at Penn State. They've been beating everybody down, but they're playing against a great Ohio State team. Um, what's your thoughts, bro?
Uh, my thoughts will be I'm gonna take Ohio State. They're at the shoe. I'm gonna take
Yep.
Ohio. Um, I'm not gonna take them by much though, man. I think James Franklin has a team ready to play and come in there and play hard. I don't think this is one of the more dominant Ohio State teams that has been over the last few years. And I think that they it if the thing lines up, I feel like Penn State can come in there and actually contend and possibly win the game. I'm gonna pick Ohio State though, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, the spread is 4, so you right a line in line with Vegas, man. I'm with you. I take Ohio State. I think they cover. I think they win by a touchdown. Same type of situation with USC, bro. I feel like they should have the guys that can make plays on the outside. When you think about Harrison, when you think about the receivers, I think they should have, more athletes on the outside who can just, make plays, playmakers. So I'm with you. I take Ohio State. And I'm taking the 4 points in that game, man, for them boys to cover. Um, the Gus Bus, UCF, they got a huge matchup this week. Oklahoma spread is 19 and a half. Do you think it'll be a beatdown, as Vegas says?
I'm going with it's gonna be a beat now. Man, UCF just lost somebody they ain't have no business losing to. I can't remember who it was, but it's just like wow. And are they going to Oklahoma? Oklahoma coming to them.
They headed to Oklahoma.
It didn't even matter. I'm taking the spread. Oklahoma.
Ah, yeah, I'm with you. I like Miles on. They did lose a game a few weeks ago. I think it was the Boise State. It might have been somebody else, Kansas, one of them. Um, I think the quarterback, Plumlee, the starting quarterback, I don't know if he's even starting anymore, but Oklahoma blowout. I think the 19 and a half is generous in this situation, man. I think it's generous. Oklahoma by a lot, man. They might hang 60 because Malzahn's offense moves fast. That means they can go 3 and out very quickly, which is not a good situation for them boys. So 19 and a half, easy, Oklahoma. Uh, the one we was just talking about, man, Tennessee headed to Bryant-Denny, SEC showdown. Somebody gonna be smoking some good cigars after the game in the stadium. Um, who
But
you
you
like in
come to
this game?
come to these folk, man. These rivalries, man. Get hype, man. I'm telling you, man. For you folks don't know about the SEC, man. It's different. When you
Nine
get
and a
into
half spread.
it's different. What it is, 9.5.
9.5.
Man, it's gonna be good, man. I would say Bama, man, because they're at home, but they don't let Texas come up in there.
Yeah.
Uh, Tennessee got to prove something. They got to prove something. They beat them last year at home. They got to go on the road and prove something. Florida owns them. Um, they got to go on the road and beat somebody. Last year they went to Georgia and got slapped. It's time for you to go on the road and beat somebody, whether it's by 1 point, 10 points, 21 points. Go on the road and beat somebody. Last time I picked them against Georgia, man, they got blew out. I think it's to be a little different. I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
I can't believe you doing that. I can't believe you just did that. Not a crazy pick though. 9.5 spread. I think that's too much. I think that's too much for this game. Um, I take Bama to win this game, straight out. But man, not by Tennessee won't lose this game by 9.5. I think it'll be a good matchup. For some reason, I think Tennessee gonna make some plays on the outside. For years, everybody wants to say, that's Bama secondary is a weak point. Man, North Carolina. I know we talked about Chiz. We both took Chiz defense to go in and beat Miami. Um, High scoring contest, 41-31, man. The Tar Heels uh find a way to beat the Hurricanes, bro. What do we think about the program? Do they have a shot? Does North Carolina have a shot?
Absolutely. If they could continue to win, I don't know if they play Florida State. Let's check that out, see if they do. But if they do play Florida State in the season, I think that'll be the only downfall. Now, if they catch him in the ACC championship, then I think that'll be what it is, man. Only team I think North Carolina has to run into is Clemson.
Yeah, and Duke. They still have Duke in November, man.
Okay, and they got Duke. Florida State plays Duke this week. We'll
Yes.
be able to watch.
Yeah. Duke will be without their starting quarterback, I believe,
Mm,
which
mm.
this is not the game you want that. But yeah, I think Duke without their starting quarterback this week, man. But I like UNC, bro. The program solid, defense is much improved from last year, bro. Last year they was getting ran through. Defense couldn't stop nothing. But man, the defense looking better this year. Uh, entire program, I think they got a chance, man, to win out. And somehow, if they win the ACC championship, can get in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Dog,
still
but
for 'em. Everything's still out there for them.
yeah, and they playing good ball, man. Alabama, bro. They squeaked. That was my upset, man. I went out on a limb and said Arkansas beats Bama. Didn't happen. Played a good game, hard fought SEC matchup. Nothing that we don't expect. But they escaped. Do you still believe in the program in Bama? I'll say I believe. Program Bama again, as much as the outside wants to say, hey, they don't have a quarterback, defense isn't, what it's been in years. They don't have the outside weapons. Um, man, we know what we're gonna get out of a Saban team. And a few weeks ago, I think the media asked Saban, it was like, why why what made you get on the guys or how to, an outburst on the sideline? He said, Miss Terry told me, man, when they mess up, you better get on their butts. So man, I think we got a Saban back, you know, um, who's back locked in, man. And I think obviously Bama's a team to look out for, bro. What you think?
Hey man, it's the SEC, man. It might have been a little bit of underestimate coming into the game, but either way it go, man, we found a way to win. We pulled it off. On the schedule, it's gonna be a W by a name. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want, but it can go week by week. That's
Yeah,
all that matters. Win this week. We ain't got to be undefeated and looking all powerful every week.
yeah,
Listen, here to get the win.
yeah,
All right, so move on.
yeah. And them boys, Bama got Tennessee got to come to Bama this week. So
Mm.
man, that's gonna be one for the ages. Tennessee coming to Bryant Denny, never an easy one.
Third week in
Last
October.
Hey, last week in October, and we know what go on in November, man. We know what that November schedule gonna look like. Um, Another one you called out, bro. You talked about it. Missouri, Eli beating Kentucky. Man, they went in and stunned them boys. 38-21. I didn't expect it. I talked about how coach um Kentucky's head guy was gonna get those guys back focused. Um, man, didn't happen. I was shocked. I was shocked, man, to see UK go down like that. Um, should I have been surprised? Probably not, man. Like Troop say, Mississippi State gonna always be Mississippi State, man. Kentucky gonna always be Kentucky. So shouldn't have been shocked, man. But Eli continues to pull off big wins, man. What you think, bro?
Yeah, man. Eli finally win big wins in a tough place to win, man. I know it's hard to get those top recruits over to Missouri, outside of the ones that come from Missouri, but he's been holding his own, man, slowly building that program to some stability. And that's what it's about, being stable and what's the word I'm looking for, man?
Yeah, they
Um,
working. They
uh,
working.
ain't good, but anyway,
He's put the right guys around him though.
yeah.
Like you saying though, he put the right coaching staff around him, man. He got some guys again from Auburn that we was around. When you think
Mm,
about Coach Poe, you know, when you think about obviously Coach Cheese was there a few years ago. Um, I think he's now in the NFL. But man, the staff and oh man, Coach Link, special teams coach. Like he's got some guys that have been around, I would say, winning programs. We won some games in Auburn, man. So what he's creating, and Eli is a football nerd, bro. Right or
mhm.
wrong. Like he's gonna study the game, he's gonna have his guys prepared. And honestly, when you think about personality types, he's comparable to Malzahn.
Yep.
Malzahn was the type who would our senior year, bro, he let us be exactly who he was. He didn't try to change personalities. As long as you stayed out of trouble and balled, he was good. And I feel like that's the type of program Eli has, man. He's got some excitement going around the program, um, winning some big games. recruiting St. Louis area. I saw a recruiter, a reporter, a scout, I'm sorry, say that right now Missouri is literally running the St. Louis area when it comes to recruiting. So, man,
Mm,
shouts out to them boys, man. I like it. I like what's going on at Mizzou, man, with the Tigers.
nice.
Uh, dog, Dion lost, man. Colorado. Um, Friday night, that was a crazy game. Colorado's up, what, 17 points, 3 touchdowns. And I remember I looked to my wife, I was like, bro, if they come back and if they lose this game, it's gonna be a crazy ending. And we went into what, 2 OTs? Uh, man, what do we think about how Colorado lost? Can they recover? Um, what you think, man? Was that a hard one to rebound from?
Uh, was it a hard one to rebound from? It might be, but was it needed?
Mm,
Yes. Very humbling, man. And this game is 4 quarters, and you got to finish the game out, man. They thought the game was over, but you preach all the time, just keep fighting, one play at a time until you leave it out there on the field until it say 0-0,
yeah,
and that's exactly what Stanford did.
yeah,
And Colorado underestimated those boys, and feel like they've arrived. I don't know, why. You know what I'm saying? You should be trying to dominate everybody and finish
yeah,
games out. Saying y'all new to this. Y'all won what, one game last year? I know it's a whole new team, but still, you know what I'm saying? And Stanford showed up, man. Proud of
hmm,
Stanford. Really wish Colorado would have closed that out, but I feel like they need a little bit of humbling, man. It's too much distractions going on the sideline, man. It's too much Instagramming going on. It's too much
yeah,
TikTok. It's too much. So I think that loss was a good humbling experience. I know they would have wish it didn't have to happen. Something else could have factored in so they get that experience without actually taking the L. But it is what it is. And that's the way that God wrote it out. Dion can, Coach Prime can say whatever he needs to say to those guys. I know he was highly upset with them. But it is what it is. It's your team, and they say your team is a reflection of you.
yeah, yeah. But he say he want guys around him that love the game like he do. Is that implying that the guys don't love the game like he does? Man, when you hear certain stuff come out of coach's mouth, it makes you think, what's going on, which is why it's important, man. A loss like that is hard to bounce back from. We know it, especially when you have high expectations, man. You lose to Oregon, you lose to USC. That was expected. But when you should win, the games you should win, when you lose those games, the way that they did, bro, we'll see how they bounce back. Like I say,
Going going into a bye week, man. Think of that
going
too, man.
into a bye week, yeah, that's a hard one to sleep on.
Having a nasty taste in your mouth for 2 weeks, man. But Colorado has to tighten up, man. If they want to make a bowl, they have to tighten up. Looking at the rest of their schedule, it's nothing easy. Oregon State, Utah,
Yeah.
Arizona, right? There's teams on there that they could not win another game this year. UCLA up next, like they better tighten up.
Man, would that be shocking? Damn. I think a lot of people would be surprised because, early on, a lot of people was on that bandwagon very fast. Definitely think they got ballers, bro. I think we know they got some players over there, but will they come together and gel right, bro? Man, all right. Week 8 predictions, man. It's gonna be a good college football Saturday in these matchups, man. Starting off, you have Penn State, Ohio State. Um, they're going in to Ohio State's uh, um, stadium and with a lot of hype behind this game right now. You got Franklin doing a great job at Penn State. They've been beating everybody down, but they're playing against a great Ohio State team. Um, what's your thoughts, bro?
Uh, my thoughts will be I'm gonna take Ohio State. They're at the shoe. I'm gonna take
Yep.
Ohio. Um, I'm not going to take them by much though, man. I think James Franklin has a team ready to play and come in there and play hard. I don't think this is one of the more dominant Ohio State teams that has been over the last few years. And I think that if the thing lines up, I feel like Penn State can come in there and actually contend and possibly win the game. I'm gonna pick Ohio State though, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah. The spread is 4, so You right in line with Vegas, man. I'm with you. I take Ohio State. I think they cover. I think they win by a touchdown. Same type of situation with USC, bro. I feel like they should have the guys that can make plays on the outside. When you think about Harrison, when you think about the receivers, I think they should have, more athletes on the outside who can just, make plays, playmakers. So I'm with you. I take Ohio State. And I'm taking the 4 points in that game, man, for them boys to cover. Um, the Gus Bus, UCF, they got a huge matchup this week. Oklahoma spread is 19 and a half. Do you think it'll be a beatdown, as Vegas says?
I'm going with it's gonna be a beat now. Man, UCL just lost somebody they ain't have no business losing to. I can't remember who it was, but it's just like wow. And are they going to Oklahoma? Oklahoma coming to them.
They headed to Oklahoma.
It didn't even matter. I'm taking the spread, Oklahoma.
Ah, yeah, I'm with you. I like Miles on. They did lose a game a few weeks ago. I think it was the Boise State. It might have been somebody else, Kansas, one of them. Um, I think the quarterback, Plumlee, the starting quarterback, I don't know if he's even starting anymore, but Oklahoma blowout. I think the 19 and a half is generous in this situation, man. I think it's generous. Oklahoma by a lot, man. They might hang 60 because Malzahn's offense moves fast. That means they can go three and out very quickly, which is not a good situation for them boys. So 19 and a half, easy, Oklahoma. Uh, the one we was just talking about, man, Tennessee headed to Bryant Denny, SEC showdown. Somebody gonna be smoking some good cigars after the game in the stadium. Um, who
But you
you like in this game?
come to the league, folk, man. These rivalries, man. Get hype, man. I'm telling you, man. For you folks don't know about the SEC, man, it's different. When you
Nine
get
and a
into
half spread.
it's different. What it is, 9.5.
9.5.
Man, it's gonna be good, man. I would say Bama, man, because they're at home, but they don't let Texas come up in there.
Yeah.
Uh, Tennessee got to prove something. They got to prove something. They beat them last year at home. They got to go on the road and prove something. Florida owns them. Um, they got to go on the road and beat somebody. Last year they went to Georgia and got slapped. It's time for you to go on the road and beat somebody, whether it's by 1 point, 10 points, 21 points. Go on the road and beat somebody. Last time I picked them against Georgia, man, they got blew out. I think this will be a little different. I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
I can't believe you doing that. I can't believe you just did that. Not a crazy pick though. 9.5 spread. I think that's too much. I think that's too much for this game. Um, I take Bama to win this game, straight out. But man, not by Tennessee won't lose this game by 9.5. I think it'll be a good matchup. For some reason, I think Tennessee gonna make some plays on the outside. For years, everybody wants to say, that's Bama secondary is a weak point. I think Tennessee will be able to air the ball out this week. So, but I take Bama to win at home. Um, Another huge win for Saban's team, man, to build that confidence heading into November. And they'll be smoking some cigars after the game.
Mhm. Say less. All right. Taking the
Eli,
fall.
Eli, Missouri, man, the Tigers. They're gonna host South Carolina this week. Um, is it Spencer? Spencer, I'm a fan, and I'm hopping out right now, man. And I'm saying South Carolina wins a big matchup on the road this week, bro. They got Missouri favored by 7. A lot of people's high on Missouri right now, which is understandable. But I take South Carolina to find a way, man, to go in there and win that game.
Mm. I'm gonna rock with Eli and them on this one. I'm gonna rock with Eli. South Carolina lost a gut wrencher last week to Florida. Close game, high scoring game
Yeah,
at home. It's gonna be tough to go on this road. I feel like
man.
gonna have him ready to play. He just went in somebody trap, Kentucky, and took over their trap. Hopefully they not hiding too, hot riding too high
Hmm.
and lose focus. But I'm gonna take Eli in this one.
Man, when was the last time Missouri was 6-1, man? Like midway through the season, bowl eligible. Does Missouri have everything in front of them? I mean, if Missouri wins out,
They
well,
have
they
everything.
can't they can't they
They
can't go to
haven't played Georgia. If they went out, they could come out the East. They could represent the East.
but they
Last,
don't play Georgia.
oh, they don't play Georgia.
No.
Mm,
So Georgia comes out the East, regardless if they win out.
yeah.
If Georgia comes out the East, Missouri comes out the East. I mean, I'm sorry, Georgia comes out the East, Missouri wins out. Are they in consideration for the playoffs? Is that crazy? A
No,
one-loss SEC team.
I don't think they go to the playoffs. I
Is
don't
it
think they.
because of the law? Is it because of, I guess, the loss that they faced? Um,
I just think we got more teams in other conferences that'll be better suited for the playoffs.
I don't.
Or
Anytime you got a one-loss SEC team, bro, you got to put them in. That's how I
mm,
feel. But I'm biased towards the SEC. Um, you got a one-loss Missouri or one-loss USC. Who you putting in?
they go put in USC. They got Caleb Williams. People want to see him play. They're gonna put in USC.
All right, all right. I'll start with the craziness, man. Ole Miss at Auburn, bro. Our Tigers. First off, before we even start talking about the game, how do you feel about the program, man? How do we feel about, you know, decisions, decisions that's been made, the seesaw between quarterbacks? Are we putting our guys in the best position to win? Where do we stand right now as a program? It's a lot of talks, a lot of fans. Our fan base is very quick to get highly upset, and start talking about, what should have been, what could have been. So, man, what do you feel about the program right now?
Man, a lot of confusion. Was trending in the right way, I thought, but you gotta have that figurehead right at quarterback. And us going between two guys, people not really able to stay in and get a rhythm, I think is hurting us more than helping. I really think we should just, lean on Robbie and play to his strengths. Lean on that and see what we can do, man. Once again, we have a excellent running game, excellent running backs, a quarterback that is mobile. You know what I'm saying? Can he throw with the best of them? Probably not, but does he have a arm that is feasible to get the ball to guys that once we run the ball will be wide open? I think can get it done. So
Yeah.
I think we focus our time on that and push forward. Give him the reps that he needs and push forward, man.
Bro, what's frustrating for me, dog? How do we not come out of the summer with this decision made? Is it because a head coach brings in his own guy? Is it pride and ego? Is it, hey, I just brought in my transfer. I want to start my transfer and I want it to work out. And if it doesn't, we'll backtrack. Um, because what'll happen, man, to me, it's already happened. You at a place now where I don't even know if the fans want to see Thorne on the field. And that's, not a good place to be in, because as soon as any mistake that he any
Mhm.
mistake that he makes, you're gonna get the boos. You're ready for the quarterback switch. So, um, man, I'm frustrated, man. I know the
Mhm.
AD said last year when he got hired, Auburn will be Auburn. That's exactly what we're doing. We're being Auburn. We don't know what we want to do. Starting at the top, I think we made a horrible decision, um, with the hire, number one. I think it started there. Um, and I think it's trickling down and continuing to trickle within the program. And if it don't change quick, man, it will get ugly on the plains, brother. So, I say all that to say this weekend, man, will be the first time that I think I got to go against my Tigers. Ole Miss, I've been high on them. I said earlier, I think they win out. I think they come into Auburn and embarrass us.
Mm.
I don't think Kiffin cares one bit about the Tigers, about keeping it close. I think he's gonna try to prove a point. I take Ole Miss to cover the 6 points easy, man. What you
Mm.
got?
Only thing I'm gonna lean on is history, man. History against Ole Miss, we fared pretty well.
Yep.
Uh, at home, I'm gonna take the Tigers this one. Some got to shake, some got to give.
Some
I'm
got
gonna
to
take
shake. How many carries did 2-7 get last week? That's something I want to see
not
because
enough.
yeah, not enough. Um,
Not enough is the only answer.
Man, was last week embarrassing or what?
Be honest, I had to start watching.
Yeah, no, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
I
Hey, there's nothing
stopped.
wrong with that, man.
Felt
Uh,
like 2011 out there, man.
Man, they didn't it seem like they was just bullying us, man. They running us over. They looking at us as they run us over. All types of man. It was rough, bro. Um, yeah, that was a rough one to see. But again, as bad as I hate to say it, man, I take Ole Miss this week. Um, Good matchup as well. We got ACC matchup. You have Duke. You have Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Duke headed to Tallahassee, your hometown. Is Tallahassee gonna be lit this weekend? Number 4 team in the country is welcoming an undefeated Duke team with a second string quarterback right now. How will Florida State fare, bro?
Florida State was fair, excellent, man, and they're gonna win by 14 points. Florida State has this guy at receiver number 4, man. He's next level. He's raising his stock.
Yes.
I think he has another good game. Is it the game he had last week? Probably not, but he will be effective. You will know, you know what I'm saying, where he's at. And I feel like Florida State has a legit chance to run the tables this year, man. As much as that pains me to say, even being from Tallahassee, they represent Tallahassee. It pains me to say that, but I really think they have a legit chance, man. Mike Norvell has been slowly building the program back up. Started out not so good, man. It was ready to get rid of him, and he just kept fighting, kept
Yeah.
staying. Now he has a top program again, and getting the guys in there that supposed to be at Florida State. So I take Florida State to beat Duke. Calm on that Dukeness down. I got them by 14.
Spread about hey, you hit it on the head. 14. That's what Vegas got. They cover the spread. Man, I'm with you, bro. 4, man, special. I saw the game last week, watching the highlights all week. 4 special. But what Florida State has that my Tigers don't have is a quarterback. And they've stuck with him year over year. He's developed. He's gotten better. It's his team. He knows it's his team. Um, I take Florida State to win this game only because Duke don't have their guy at quarterback, man. I think if Duke had their guy at quarterback, this would be a totally different ball game. Um, but yeah, I got to take Florida State this weekend simply because they got a good quarterback leading the way, man. So that's gonna be a nice showdown right there. There it is, man. College football picks. Let's get it.